that the tiles in this church were provided by the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And I was there when he was giving that offer. So we remember him with a lot of pride as our leader. Now, I invited my colleague, Comrade Edwin Sifuna, the big team in Linda Mwananchi is in Nyahururu, But I wanted Sifuna to come here because there are a lot of people, including yesterday, who are talking about a division in Linda Mwananchi. The presence of Sifuna today, this morning, this afternoon, is to put you to shame that we are together and we are walking together and we shall never be divided. I want to promise you. I am honored this afternoon and morning to be in the presence of two great icons, two great men of God. That is Bishop Charles Ongenjo and Bishop Joseph Wasonga. And Bishop Wasonga talked about courage. And I think on top of courage is truthfulness. Bishop, I don't know whether you remember when you were burying your father, and it was during the one-party era. I was there with Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, with Achieng' Oneko, and other leaders who went together with in that burial. They told us that we could not speak during that funeral, that the only person who could speak is Ramogi Achieng' Oneko, because they were in detention together with your father, a great Kenyan patriot, and that Oneko could only speak from written and approved speech. He was not to add a sentence. He had to read the speech as it was. And yeah, Asante. And there were a lot of government people there. And they really talked about how they had helped the bishop's father, who had died as the executive officer of Khan. But when the bishop came up to speak, in truthfulness and righteousness, he talked about what Jaramogi had done to the family. That out of all those people at the funeral who were talking, is only Jaramogi used to go and see his father in hospital here in Kisumu. I thought that was an act of courage, because wakati huo, you dare speak and you are locked in. And when we left that funeral, we left feeling very proud that at least Jaramogi was recognized. I thank you for that act of courage, although at that time you're a very young man. And I wish that God will continue to give you strength and courage. The second thing I wanted to say, that this church has been associated with great men of God, and particularly Bishop Okulu, who was indeed a mentor to us. I want to encourage our bishop in this cathedral, Bishop Charles Ongenjo, that we are proud of you. And I hope this congregation is proud of Bishop Ongenjo. There may be people in the neighborhood who don't like what he says, but whatever he says reaches all the corners of the world, because it is pure truth and fact, and is said from inspiration from the Almighty. I thank you very, very much. Wewe ukiniambia nifunge macho nitafunga saa yote. Wengine wakasema nifunge macho, I may have my doubts. So I thank you very much. I hope that this Harambee will do something towards the project that we are doing. The Kama Brigade was trying to recruit me as member of Kama. I was given a uniform, which I shall proudly wear in future. But for now, I belong to the Mothers Union. So the Mothers Union, you do a great job, so as Kama does. Thirdly, I want to talk about something that is happening in this nation that we must begin asking questions about. This display of ostentation and opulence, of money being carried in sacks and contributed in empowerment programs and projects. This money does not belong to the people who carry this money. This money belongs to you. We know what a cabinet secretary earns. We know what a PS earns. We know what a governor earns. And the law of the land is that if you have unexplained resources or wealth, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission should investigate into that source. If you're an ordinary businessman and you contribute that type of money, the KRA will be at your door. KRA will be there. And I've done a lot of cases for those who have been chased by KRA. Raila talked about this issue with President Ruto, that they must control this ostentation and opulence. There's no way, even the president of the country, there's no way he can be contributing over 100 million shillings in a weekend. The richest man in the world, Elon Musk, cannot give you that kind of money without explanation. So let us not live in fear, because this is your money that is being given to you, and ultimately, if you accept it, is a form of bribery. I like talking about, in Migori, there's a bridge that was brought down during the rainy season, the storms. That bridge going to Tanzania is like it was 10 months ago. But 3 weeks ago, people were displaying 10 million shillings, 20 million shillings. And I want to say here and now, I've never said this. 2 days before Raila died, he rang me. I was with Senator Oburu in my office and the vice president when Raila was in India. And I spoke to him, and I gave him the microphone to speak to Deputy President Kindiki. There was an Harambee for empowerment. So when we went to the fundraising, wakatangaza tumeleta milioni 4 kutoka so and so, and we have brought 5 million shillings from Raila Amolo Odinga. So the next day I rang Raila and I said, did you send some money for this project? And he told me in Luo, nijogo for kabisa. I have not. They are trying to use money to tie me into their kind of politics. The only unfortunate thing was that that was October 15th, and in the morning Raila was dead. Raila was dead. But on the 15th, I talked about him. Moi used to do this kind of things. Please, let us just tell these people they should not be using our money to bribe us or to pretend that they are doing things for society.